So let's do the delete action, and just like before, we'll of course have the HTTP GET version, which will display the information about the employee that we are trying to delete, and then when the user confirms the deletion, that will trigger HTTP POST version, and we will remove the employee from the database. So let's do the HTTP GET one first, and this is gonna be public iActionResult, and since this is simply confirming the deletion, I'll call this one confirm delete. So in it, we want to display the information about the employee we want to delete, so that's gonna need the integer for the ID of the employee. And since this is not called delete, but instead I call it confirm delete, I'm going to specify the action name in the attribute. So the action name is going to be the delete. So this is the HTTP GET version of the action name delete, which we will create then post version right after this one. Now I named it confirm delete also because the actual deletion for the HTTP post will also have the same signature that we are passing in the integer for the employee ID. So first I need to find the employee we want to delete, so I'll create a variable, call it model, and just like before we'll go to DB context and employee dataset, and we will find the employee. And then we will return this employee into the model where we will display the information. So we will return a view with this model in it. Now let's create the HTTP post version. So this is gonna be HTTP post. And just like before, I'll mark this one as the validate anti-forgery token. And this is gonna be public iActionResult, and I'll call this one delete. And like before, we need to pass in the ID of the employee we're deleting. So this one is triggered after the user confirms the deletion, so we can go straight away and delete the employee once we find it. So again, I'll create a variable, call it model, and I'll find the employee from the employees dataset and pass in the ID. And then we'll go to the DB context, do the employees dataset, and remove the employee from the DB context. So we are removing the model, which is the object of employee. This is only removed from the DB context, so now we have to save changes, and that will remove it from the database. Now the employee is gone, so we cannot really go back to the same view. Instead, we need to redirect to action, and we want to display the list of all employees, which now will have this employee gone. So instead of using viewBack for the message, I'm going to use temp data because temp data is being passed between two actions. We are not passing this directly to the view from this action. Instead, we are going to pass it into the view from the list action. So I'll call the temp data message, and it can simply say employee deleted successfully. And then, like I said, we are going to redirect to action, and we are redirecting to the action in this same controller, so we don't have to specify the controller, we can simply specify that we want to go to the list action on this controller. And with this, we have all we need to create, update, and delete employees. So next, let's start working on the views.